Imagine a tech giant that stumbles spectacularly, launching products that crash and burn, yet somehow emerges as a $3 trillion titan. Mind-blowing, right? Welcome to Boardroom Secrets, where we unravel the electrifying paradox of Microsoft, a company that fails louder than most but wins bigger than anyone. From botched browsers to doomed phones, Microsoft's missteps have cost them billions. Yet beneath the chaos, they've mastered a secret sauce that keeps them on top. Buckle up for a thrilling ride through Microsoft's roller coaster of flops and triumphs, revealing how they turn failure into fuel for global domination. Let's dive in. Microsoft's history is littered with facepalms. Take Internet Explorer, once the king of browsers, commanding a jaw-dropping 95% market share in 2003. Unstoppable, right? Wrong. By 2021, it was a ghost, clinging to less than 1% before being laid to rest. Why? Microsoft got cocky. Updates crawled out every few years, while Google's Chrome churned out 70 in a decade. IE became a sluggish, insecure relic, mangling web pages and driving users to rivals. Ouch! Then there's Bing, their Google search challenger. Launched in 2009, it bled over $5 billion by 2011, with another $1.25 billion lost annually. Even after pouring $100 billion into it, Bing's market share hovers at a measly 4%. Brutal. Hardware? Same story. Xbox One's 2013 launch was a train wreck. Bundled with a pricey, clunky Kinect sensor, it demanded constant internet and offered few must-play games. Sony's PlayStation 4, leaner and gamer-focused, crushed it, outselling Xbox One 2-1. Embarrassing. Windows Phone was another disaster. Partnering with a fading Nokia, Microsoft sank billions into Lumia devices. But clunky interfaces, weak chips, and a barren app store left them dead in the water by 2016. Total wipeout. And then there's Skype. $8.5 billion to buy a video call pioneer in 2011, only to fumble it. They tried making it a Slack rival, then built teams from scratch, sidelining Skype as Zoom and Discord took over. What were they thinking? These flops cost Microsoft hundreds of billions, yet here they are, a $3 trillion behemoth. How? The answer lies in a paradox. Microsoft is brilliant at failing. Unlike companies that hide their blunders or double down on sunk costs, Microsoft under CEO Satya Nadella has turned failure into a superpower. They don't just trip, they analyze, pivot, and soar. Let's rewind to understand how. In the Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer eras, Microsoft was a fortress of arrogance. Their vitality curve system, aka rank and yank, pitted employees against each other, forcing managers to fire the bottom percentile. Cutthroat. It bred a toxic culture where colleagues sabotaged each other to climb the ladder. Innovation tanked as talent avoided teamwork to protect their rank. Gates' infamous embrace, extend, exterminate strategy was just as ruthless, tying Office to IE's proprietary features to choke out rival browsers. Ballmer didn't help, scoffing at the iPhone and calling Linux a threat to intellectual property. Talk about missing the boat. This defensive, know-it-all culture left Microsoft blind to seismic shifts like smartphones and open-source tech. Enter Satya Nadella in 2014, a game changer. He flipped the script, replacing "we know best" with "we learn best." Nadella's mantra, "failure is a teacher, not a tombstone." He scrapped rank and yank, fostering collaboration over competition. Microsoft's mission became empowering every person and organization to achieve more. Inspiring, right? But this wasn't just talk. Nadella's Microsoft owned its mistakes. When Windows Phone flopped, he didn't sugarcoat it, admitting they missed the mobile revolution but could have bridged PCs, tablets, and phones differently. Refreshingly honest. When Edge's original engine failed, they ditched it for Google's open-source Chromium, prioritizing user experience over pride. Smart move. Nadella's openness extended to rivals. Where Ballmer bashed Linux, Nadella embraced it. By 2018, Microsoft's Azure cloud ran more Linux servers than Windows, a stunning reversal. Wow! At a 2015 event, Nadella demoed Microsoft apps on an iPhone, cheekily saying, "It's not my phone, but it's an iPhone." Bold. This wasn't just humility, it was strategic genius. Microsoft stopped fighting rivals' platforms and started integrating with them, meeting users where they were. So, why all these failures? And why be so open about them? The secret lies in Microsoft's unmatched ecosystem and their knack for failing forward. Windows and Office are their cash cows, generating colossal steady revenue, $60 billion annually from Office alone. Insane. This financial moat lets them take big swings, absorb losses, and pivot fast. Lumia's collapse crushed Nokia, but was a blip for Microsoft. Skype's $8.5 billion fumble? They built Teams, now a $20 billion business. Xbox One's flop? They shifted to Game Pass, a subscription hit with 25 million users. Genius pivots. Nadella's focus on cloud and enterprise was the real masterstroke. Azure, once trailing Amazon Web Services, now nips at its heels with 20% market share. Why? Microsoft's scale and integration. Teams may not outshine Zoom, but bundled with Office 365, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, it's a no-brainer for businesses. One-stop shop. Their $10 billion bet on OpenAI supercharged this, weaving AI like Copilot into Edge, Office, and Windows. Competitors can't match that synergy. Game over. This openness about failure isn't just PR, it's a B2B superpower. Unlike consumer markets driven by hype, enterprises crave pragmatism and trust. When Microsoft admits a misstep and shows how they're fixing it, like Edge's Chromium shift or Azure's Linux embrace, it builds credibility. Trust equals deals. Nadella's Microsoft isn't flashy, it's ruthlessly effective, thriving in the less sexy but insanely profitable B2B space. Take Sarah, a Chicago IT manager who shared her story on X. Her company ditched Zoom for Teams because it integrated seamlessly with their Office suite, saving millions in vendor costs. Microsoft's not perfect, she posted, but they deliver what we need. That's the magic. Microsoft's ecosystem makes good enough unbeatable. Boardroom Secrets sees Microsoft's story as a masterclass in resilience. They're not perfect, Windows 11 bugs still annoy, but their ability to fail loudly, learn fast, and win quietly is unmatched. They don't need every product to be the best. Their ecosystem, fueled by Windows, Office, and Azure, plus a culture that embraces mistakes, makes them a juggernaut. From flops to fortunes. As Nadella says in Hit Refresh, we must be willing to lean into uncertainty and act quickly when we make mistakes. That's the Microsoft paradox. They lose battles, but win wars. Stay tuned for more epic tales of triumph and turmoil on Boardroom Secrets.